At this point, my retirement plan is winning the lotto twice.
Bro, the cost of living is insane right now. Like, what are we doing? I swear before COVID in my area, $20 an hour was like, you balling, you good. Now, people that making $20 an hour, I'm like, man, how are they surviving? Like, this is insane.
I have been saying the same thing. I have no idea how this change happened so quick, where the cost of living has gotten so high and wages just remain the same, and no one's giving you damn near no raises. It's like, what in the world is going on with the cost of living being so high? Now, I recently had a conversation with my son, and this is the reason why I always tell parents to have their kids get a real freaking job. First of all, the kids want to go back and forth with you, they want to always argue with you. But when they have a job, now someone's telling them what to do, they freaking have to listen. And my son got his first job in McDonald's. Oh, I was excited. I was like, this guy is going to be in for a rude awakening and understand working in fast food is no joke. So he went, he had his job, and of course, he was super excited to get his paychecks. But then he came to me after receiving a few paychecks, and boy, he was really happy. But we had a good conversation, and I really appreciate this conversation from him. He was like, Dad, I'm only making, at that time, it was $13 an hour. This is last year, okay? My son is, right now, he's 17, so he's a young teenager. It's not a lot of money. He don't got bills. So he was like, Dad, $13 an hour, whatever, blah, blah. He was like, how are people surviving with $13 an hour? How is it that in his job, he said, there's adults, grown ass people working for their family? He was like, Dad, I have no idea how people are doing it for $13 an hour. And I'm really transparent with my kids. I let them know, hey, this is how much my mortgage costs. This is how much one of my cars cost. I let them know groceries. I'll show them the bill. We play a guessing game to see how much the bills are going to cost. And they see it. And every single time, it's funny because my son's getting older, he cringes. He's like, oh, damn. He's starting to recognize how expensive life is. And I like that as well, because now when we at home and I'm like, hey guys, we're gonna eat out. He's like, yeah, we're gonna eat out, but we're not gonna go here, Dad, because it's too expensive. So now he's getting like, damn, shit's really expensive, right? The cost of living is really expensive, and to support your family is not easy. And what's crazy about this all was, because he mentioned this in the video, was like, everything was good until it wasn't. Right? It felt like everything was just so good, and then it was like, you're good, you're chilling, and then the cost of inflation is like coming at you and just bam, just hits you. And now it's even getting higher and higher. It's like exceeding your lifestyle. It's a really tough time, and I feel bad for a lot of people right now who are currently struggling during these times, trying to survive, thinking, getting a retail job or some type of manufacturing job was enough. Nowadays, it's not enough. If you make minimum wage, oh man, God bless you. I have no idea how people are surviving.
Fast food places are paying $20 an hour now. So $20 an hour is the new $10 an hour. Obviously, all of this is relative to where you live. So my $20 an hour where I live in Northern Virginia may be your $16 an hour, or maybe your $30 an hour. It all really depends on where you live. Like, I can't be the only one that sees this stuff. Like, I can't be the only one that understands what's going on.
Now, you're not the only one. I think everyone feels it. It don't matter where you are across the spectrum. If you're making so much money, or whatever the case may be, man, you feel it. And if you broke, you certainly feel it. Like, really freaking bad. I see so many people having like 5 or 6 roommates. It's like, damn, they have all these roommates, and they're working with me in my job. Right? They're working with me in my job, which is, it gives you pretty decent pay. But I got lucky, guys. I got a house. And yes, I deal with the expensive crap that happens in a house. But having to rent is extremely expensive. And some people being smart and they're being frugal because they want to enjoy life. They want to pay off their student loans. There's things they want to do in life besides just work and just throw all your money away to rent, where they have the opportunity to save by having roommates. But damn, it feels like for most people, that's like the only option they have. And I take it a step further from what he said. He was like, 20 is like the new 10. I think 20 is like the new 8. Okay, I'm being sarcastic, but it does feel like $20 is just not enough. $20 is just not enough when the average rent is like $2,000. It's really hard to just get ahead. Now, this is the key, right? Because there's a lot of arguments about this. It's like, yes, you can make enough money to get by, but not everybody just wants to live life to just get by. People want to just excel. They want to do a lot more. They don't want to just have to work so hard to just break even. That's where all the frustration is coming from. It's the fact that you're working extremely hard to just break even. Whew. Tough times, man. Tough times.
And it honestly worries me that there's some people out there that make less than that. Like, think about the people out there that's making minimum wage. Like, probably have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to make up for, a livable income. It's insane.
Yeah, that's the case, man. Most people now doing like DoorDash, Uber Eats, and type of those services. And I'm gonna tell you something about that. I'm gonna do a video about that as well because I used to always say in my videos, "Hey, listen, pick up 2 or 3 jobs like DoorDash, Uber Eats. That will help you boost up your income." Now that man, they don't hardly pay anything. You see, I used to do it, and it was good until it wasn't. Now there's so many people doing those services, and that's what happens when there's a recession or people losing their jobs. They just run into that to do DoorDash and delivery type services, and the pay is trash. And some people that I met when I was doing it, I was doing it part time. That I met, there were people doing it full time, and I was just like, "Damn, you're able to survive full time with it?" They go, "Yeah, I'm able to just make a decent pay, whatever." I mean, they're working so many crazy hours, but they were able to have a lifestyle, like have a life, which is doing those services to a point where they didn't need to go get a regular 9 to 5. They were just doing it. But then little by little, when I even noticed that, damn, pay here is not even worth it anymore. I might as well go home and just chill and do something else. They disappeared, right? They started disappearing little by little because the pay was hardly anything. It's so bad right now for people in the gig economy because everyone is just running into it because it's really easy to sign up, right? Anything that has a low entry barrier, of course, people are just gonna flood it and then it's gonna be a big hit about how much money you make. But man, for those people who do that full time, I have no idea how they're surviving right now.
Right before COVID, what was that amount, that hourly rate where you lived, where you was like, man, if you make $20 an hour, or if you make such and such an hour, you good, you chilling, you making good money. What was that number for y'all?
I don't really know a number. I can't tell you a number, but I can tell you a time. And I was living in Florida. And for all my Floridians out there, probably 10 to 15 years ago, the goal for so many people was to live in Florida because the cost of living was cheap. And it wasn't extremely cheap, but it was a lot cheaper than most of these other major cities. Fast forward to now, Florida is super expensive. I have friends that live in Jersey. They're like, "Yo, I'm gonna move down to my house, get a house there." I'm like, no. Florida is extremely expensive. Yes, we don't have no state tax, and that's a huge thing for some people. But yo, our property taxes is insane. It's extremely insane how much the property taxes are. And now it's getting even crazier with the housing prices. Rent is extremely high. Groceries. I had people come down who lived in Boston and in Jersey, and they go to Publix and like, yo, your groceries here are ridiculously expensive. And they come from Boston. So you're thinking in Boston, the amount that they're paying over there is higher than us. No. They're like, yo, you're paying way too much for groceries down here. So 10, 15 years ago, things seemed good. Good. You could get a regular job working in retail, whatever, and still have an apartment and whatnot. But now you can't. Drop a comment down below, guys. Let me know how you're surviving during these times and how you feel about the whole cost of living and what are you doing to stay afloat. I would love to hear it. Catch you guys on my next video. Peace.